Well, it's a pretty nice day today, and pretty sunny. So Carolyn went ahead and did laundry today. Of course, we had that plumbing issue the other day. I forgot to turn on the fan, and the hose froze up going into the house. So, but that was only one day. It froze at 2 a.m. and so let's see, the next day by 10 a.m., 10 or 11 a.m., I had the pipes thawed out. And it's like in the 50s now. It's really nice today. So she did laundry, 2 loads, because we were pretty far behind. And she could have done them yesterday, which was the plan because it was sunny. But since we didn't get them thawed out until late in the afternoon or late morning, we went ahead and waited a day. It's best to get the laundry done early in the morning. Well, as early as possible. The sun comes over the trees, these trees here, probably 9:30 or so, 10 o'clock. Of course, the sun will hit these panels up here long before they hit these panels over here. So you have a mismatch in the 2 charge controllers. I got 6 on one charge controller and 6 on the other charge controller. So, you know, the west 6, the panels on the west side, the 6 panels on the west side, you know, they'll be fully engaged when we start laundry, but then the others are, you know, 8 amps. I mean, it's ridiculously low. So it's hard to fill the water. But, you know, we work through it. So come down and talk about the generators, what I've really come down to talk about. So in the wintertime, you just have to run these more. I mean, it is probably almost 2 o'clock, and the sun is already behind the trees. So that means these up here are shaded. A couple of these are shaded. And I can see now, that I'm sitting here looking at it, that these panels here are being shaded by these panels here. So, you know, it's just things you got to keep thinking about all the time. I'll try to scoot them back a little bit. That might help a little. Every amp helps. Every milliamp helps. So, like I said, I was coming down here to talk about the generator. And I got to run it quite a bit more in the wintertime than I do in the summertime, even on sunny days like this. I'll run it today, probably from 5 to 8, just on 10 amps. The battery charger being on 10 amps, real slow. Won't use a lot of gas. But it gets me through that extended period. In the wintertime, your batteries don't have as much power. About 50% less, actually. In the summertime, that's not an issue. The issue in the summertime is the solar panels get too hot and you lose voltage. In the wintertime, you lose battery. So what I do is I run this at 10 amps just because the batteries are going to be charged at 5 o'clock from the sun. But if I run it at 10 amps, it's like a trickle charge. I know it's not a trickle charge. Trickle charge is less than an amp. But it's a trickle charge because the freezer's still kicking on, different things, for those 3 hours. Just to kind of keep it up. So when I go to bed, I can shut this off, and the batteries will hold us through the night. So 3 hours in the evening, and in the morning I run it for 1 hour. Because I run that computer. And, you know, I feel better. A lot of times the batteries are fine. Here's the thing, is it's hard to read because of the freezer. If the freezer is running, the batteries in the wintertime show a low reading. If I shut off the freezer, the batteries will show fine. They'll be fine. It's just a hallucination, and the reading is the best I can explain it. So I just like to be safe, and I go ahead and run it in the morning. So I run about 4 hours a day. Now, of course, if it's cloudy, I run it 6 hours a day. 3 in the morning, 3 in the evening. And so this generator is brand new. I bought it October 24th. So not even 10 months old yet. It's got 8 days, or 2 months old. It's got 8 days, it'll be 2 months old. And it's got 225 hours on it. Now, I've been changing the oil every 24 hours, or 25 hours. The instruction says 100 hours. Now, somebody got on the other day, yeah, you don't need to change it that often, just change it every 100 hours. And I know this, I can read. My previous generators have lasted a long time. That little Power Smart, you know, it had to be 2,000 hours. I didn't have a timer on it. I didn't really pay that much attention to it. But I changed the oil regularly. About every tank of can of gas, I changed the oil. Well, it started smoking last year. And so I was having to change it more often. And finally, it just started smoking to the point that it was fouling out the plugs before the oil changes. So we went and bought this one. So my thinking is I'm going to change the oil more frequently with synthetic oil. Oh, you don't need synthetic oil. That's just a waste of money. Okay, it's a waste of money. That's fine. To me, I don't think it's a huge waste of money, especially if I can get maybe another 1,000 hours out of this. It pays for itself easily. I mean, I buy that Walmart synthetic, and somebody's gonna say, you can't do that. You can't buy Walmart. Of course you can buy Walmart. I looked it up. It's a name brand. They just put a Walmart label on it. I forget which name brand it is, like Exxon or something. I mean, it's a name brand. So you spend like $2 extra for 5 quarts. Okay. And so I'm changing it every 25 hours. Oh, that's just a waste of money. And it might be. It's more of an experiment than anything. So now I've been having trouble starting it when it's cold. I've learned my lesson. I figured out what was wrong. First of all, I was running 10W30 initially, and I decided conventional oil, not synthetic. And I decided, you know what, at 150 hours, I decided I was going to change that. I didn't want to do that anymore. So I bought synthetic. And instead of 10W30, I bought 5W30. And it's the first number that you're worried about, the 10 or the 5. And if you read the viscosities of all that, the W means winter. I've said this before. So a 10W means that the temperature can get down to, let's say, 10 degrees. I'm just throwing it out there. I don't know what it actually is, but you get the idea. So anything below 10 degrees, when you're trying to start it up, it's going to damage the engine because the oil is so thick that it's not really lubricating anything until it warms up. But the 5 can get you down to negative 10 degrees. So 5W is colder. And it doesn't hurt to run 5W in the summertime. 5, it's hard to explain. Once the engine gets up to temperature, the 30 takes over. So the 5 doesn't do anything. It's still lubricating even in hot temperatures. It's still thick, thicker than the 30, but not so thick that it can't run in the negative 10s. Well, it was 7 degrees the other day when I started this up, and it wouldn't want to start. It just did not want to start. Of course, I leave this thing on. It's hard to reach the cord, and I just kind of pull the rope. It was 4:30 in the morning, and I pulled it 30 times, and I thought, you know what, this is ridiculous. So I went up and got the starting fluid. Came back down, but I didn't want to take the cover off without at least trying it one more time. And this time I was a little aggravated, so I took the cover off here, this thing here off, and I really got a good pull on it. I was able to hold the generator so it wasn't flying all over the place when I pulled it. One pull, started right up. And so I learned that you just really got to punch it in the wintertime with this one. You got to get that spark. It wasn't sparking. The oil was so cold that it was slowing my pull down. So I've learned that was just a stupid thing. Of course, it's 4:30 in the morning and you do stupid things. But it's got, like I said, 225 hours on it, and let's see, it's got 75 hours of synthetic. Well, yeah, 75 hours of synthetic oil on it. So, and I won't be damaging it as bad in the wintertime now because I'm using that 5W. I'm just going to be overcautious with this one as an experiment. I've went through several generators, and I'm just rather not have to buy them all the time if I didn't have to. Although these cheap ones are really nice, and I really learned my lesson that I don't need the expensive ones. Everybody wanted me to buy the Honda when we first bought our first generator. You gotta buy a Honda. Well, that thing's like, back then I think it was $1,000. But I could get a Champion for $400. So I bought the Champion. My personal opinion, I think the Champion is much better than the Honda. I've seen them side by side. I've never owned a Honda, but I've seen them side by side, and the Champion just hands down I think is better, and it's half the price. So I own 2 cubed inverter generators. That's what they made them back then. They didn't make them like these suitcases. And the first one burned up in the fire. The second one I messed up. And then we got the black one, and it was a suitcase one. It smoked from day one. I don't know why, but it ran probably 8,000 hours. It got this place going. You know, we ran it for a year on the road when we were traveling, and then we got down here. I ran it for like a week straight, trying to get the camper set up. I mean, I never shut it off. It just ran. I shut it off to put gas in it and change the oil. That's all I did, and it just ran and ran and ran because we didn't have batteries hooked up or anything. And then we got the camper set up. Then we started building a tiny house, and I used that to build a tiny house. I mean, it was constantly just running saws, and it wasn't even powerful enough to really run the saw, but it did its job really well. And then let's see what else is. Oh, and then it just, you know, it ran like this. So it gave up at 8,000 hours, and like I said, it always smoked. So then I bought the 2 dual fuel generators, and those are expensive. I mean, they're up there towards $600. Now I bought both of mine on sale for $400, but I don't want to run them unless I absolutely have to. I run them for the welder, and if this goes down like the Power Smart went down, that red one, I ran it the Champion until this one showed up. So my goal is to see how long a life I can get out of this. I maintain my equipment. I maintain it really well, actually, but I want to maintain it better and see if that does more. If it doesn't, well, then I've learned my lesson. But you know, for $250 is what I bought this for. I mean, if it lasts a year, that's still better than an electric bill. If it lasts 3 years, I mean, it basically, I forget what I did the math. It's like $5 a day or something. I mean, it's ridiculously low. Or $5 a month. Maybe that's what it was. I don't remember. But it's just ridiculously low how much it costs to buy this thing every 3 or 4 years. But if I can get it to last 6 years, well, instead of $5 a month, it's like $250. So that's my goal. Where are we at in time here? So I guess I'll jump off of here. So if you'll click this up next box, take the video over to my other channel. I would appreciate it. Go check it out. So hope I can inspire you. Take better care of things. Sing live your dreams. Thanks for watching.